Hello, welcome to my channel, Wing Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wing. I'm doing a psychic tarot reading for you, tuning into the day's energy, seeing what divine messages of guidance come through. This is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. This is for all signs, for whoever discerns that these messages are for them. Thank you. What's hidden? I have a lot of new subscribers out there I want to welcome in. So grateful that you all are here. This is a collaborative experience. I'm tuning in to a lot of energies, and so I'm so appreciative of you, support of me, of this channel. I love all the comments. I read all the comments. If you feel drawn to saying hello in the comments and letting me know that you're here, that would be lovely. So, all right, outcome and advice. Oh, there we go. Interesting. All right. The overall energy of your reading is Six of Wands, Four of Pentacles reverse, Three of Cups. Wow. This is a very public success, a victory. After letting go of some type of foundation, it feels like with this image of the Four of Pentacles, this is After Tarot. Love this deck. Look at this, the Death Rider with this little, whatchamacallit. It feels like you were holding on to some environment, some foundation. It feels like there's this, you're going to have to pry this out of my cold dead hands kind of energy. It feels like you were so stuck in believing that this is all the best you could do. A lack of faith and trust. It's like just clinging to a foundation. It feels like it took a lot to get you to separate you from whatever foundation this was. So the Four of Pentacles came up reverse. So you let go of some type of foundation. It feels like it might have been a painful ending as well, because you're holding on so tight, not wanting it to end, trying to make it so it wouldn't end. But once you let go, there's this celebration. I love this Three of Cups, because if you look, their feet aren't even touching the ground. They're so happy and dancing and celebrating. Feels like we don't really see these two faces, but we see this person's face. Feels like we're celebrating someone, maybe you. This public victory after letting go, and now there's a huge celebration. People who are on your side, people who are cheerleading, people who want to see you win, want to see victory, are happy that you're succeeding. In the Six of Wands, there's this person in the background usually that's not so happy, a little jealous. But that's going to happen with this type of energy, with success and celebration and people on your side. It feels like not everybody's happy for you, and that's okay. It looks like you're happy for you. It feels like you caring about you and your life has led you to this type of outcome. I'm also looking at the Six of Wands. There's this person here, and he's putting his victory wreath on her head. Maybe you're getting some type of attention. some type of, you're getting a lot of attention. Some attracting positive attention and some jealousy. Okay. What does the viewer need to know? Okay. Wow. This feels like what you might have been holding on to in the past, the Four of Pentacles. Feels like we're getting a talky, some messaging about that. It feels like you were chronically unhappy. It looks like you were trying to create your happily ever after. But with Sun in reverse, there was some type of confusion. A lack of happiness. It feels like you wanted a happily ever after. But it doesn't look like that's what you got. It feels like you invested time and energy. It feels like I'm getting this message of like stuck in the house. Stuck, kept, kind of hidden away, not allowed. It feels like the longer you're in this past relationship, the less of your own spark of energy. It feels like you're not allowed to really be yourself in a relationship, in this relationship. And it feels like it exhausted you, depleted you, being in this relationship. This feels like chronic unhappiness. It looks like when you maybe finally recognized that this wouldn't work, that this is out of balance, you really notice how unhappy you really were. Maybe it took you until you finally let go. A painful ending. It feels like you were holding on to a relationship trying to make it work. I feel like you thought that's what you were supposed to do. Because it feels like you were very focused on your happily ever after. It might have been kind of a fantasy. You might have projected your happily ever after onto something that was really very unhappy. Where you were unhappy. Where this was not a balanced and equal partnership. Maybe you thought this was love, but I think you explored it enough and realized this is not love because I do not feel loved. I do not feel cared for. It feels like I feel out of balance. It feels like you don't feel like yourself either. Like by being in this relationship, your spark, your vitality just feels like it's completely drained you. All right, what does the viewer need to... Yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't work because it looks like your partner doesn't put any work in it. What's the success? And the Three of Cups. Yeah, there we go. All right, this is Chariot energy. So it looks like this success happens after you move away from a relationship where someone doesn't put in any of the work, realizing, I'm not happy. This is not love. I do not receive this as love because I don't feel loved. I don't feel cared for. And it feels like some of you, it takes a lot to separate you from this very unhappy foundation. But when you do, when you make moves, when you move on, some of you, this is July, like Cancer, June, end of July, Cancer season. For some of you, you will maybe making moves, moving on. in that time frame. What about the Three of Cups? Feels like cheerleader, support. What do we need to know about the Three of Cups? What would be helpful information about the celebration? Wow. Six of Wands again, and this time with the Star card. Okay, what I'm getting here is that's a lot of victory and success coming in, a lot of being seen, being celebrated, victory, going after your desire. It feels like people are on your side, celebrating you, wanting to see you succeed. Feels like, I'm looking at this image, it feels like when you succeed, they succeed. And that's a fantastic picture, image, energy. So of course they want to see whoever these soldiers in yellow are. They're cheering you on your high horse. It feels like when you win, everyone wins. Rising tides raise all ships. And you've got that star energy, Aquarian energy. It looks like you've been focusing on your North Star, your one dream. It feels like you've been focusing and healing and going after. It feels like a very big wish. It feels like if anybody could do it, you can do this. It feels like you were made to do this. I just heard it was written in the star card. You might feel like you're a star child, star seed, identify with that, bigger than this world. Maybe you, as well as I do, connect with other dimensions, other realities, communicate with other beings in other galaxies or that are right here. Wow. And I'm also getting the star energy that you were meant to shine. Oh, there you were meant to shine. And it feels like you were kept unhappy. You kept yourself by holding on to a foundation of, it feels like you were wanting to create something in a relationship, a happily ever after, but instead it feels like you were kept hidden away. It feels like you were constantly healing, star card, the person you're in a relationship with. And it feels like it was never reciprocated, that you were kind of kept behind the scenes to heal this person, to regulate this person, to keep them happy, which making someone else responsible for your own happiness does not, in my experience, does not work. We are each responsible for our own happiness. And when someone else makes you responsible, I'm unhappy. It feels like, and this is someone who doesn't put any work or effort in. This feels like someone who feels very comfortable with, you've got a roof over your head and you've got food. Now give me everything else. It's very one-sided and limited. That's base chakra stuff. Yeah, where does this person support your emotions, support who you are as an individual, communicate with you, not to control, and manipulate and lie. Feels like you were connected with someone who weaponized communication. That's what that is. Instead of communication that connects communication that fosters cooperation and love and care. Clarity, honesty, truth. Equality. This isn't a partnership. It looks like you were in you're exploring what is not love, is what I'm perceiving. It looks like you've got this star quality and a lot of success coming in. Let's look at what's hidden. The Knight of Swords in reverse. This is quite an image. Let's see how some of these are pretty graphic. This knight is rushing in. Look how mortified his horse is. His horse is even like, dude, hold your horses. I mean, this guy's rushing to some type of conclusion. It feels like this guy has an idea, heard something, but he's not willing to wait. And he's rushing in and aggressive, overly aggressive with this communication. So in reverse, it feels like someone's rushing in with some type of negative belief, some type of negative story, negative narrative. What do we need to know about this? Wow. Someone's rushing in around communication. They've got something they want to tell you around 11:11, around joy, happiness. This is often the marriage card because Four of Wands is like a portal. Someone celebrating joyfully, taking a relationship, taking something to the next step, from engagement to weddings is usually what it's referring to. So someone is rushing in with some negative thing around a wedding, a marriage. Is it about this relationship? Hanged Man reverse, 3 of Wands reverse, 10 of Wands reverse. This person wants to unburden themselves. Feels like a timing issue. For some of you, this person's already come in. Someone's revealing something around a wedding, marriage. Hanged Man reverse. It feels like the message that they're unburdening themselves around. I feel like this person knows something about when you married this past person, the marriage, or a belief that you were not, they knew you weren't, they've got some type of information. And they knew that you were going to be sacrificed in this relationship, being unhappy, that this person was going to kind of like tie you down, not literally, metaphorically. And make you carry the burdens of the relationship. It looks like this person is seeing you have a new beginning and going after what you desire after a breakup. Why now? Who is this? And what's their intention? Who is this and what's their intention? Ace of Cups. I feel like this person feels like this is loving. It feels like they've got something on their chest, something that they know. It looks like you're having a new beginning. Fool card, Ace of Wands. You're going in a new direction, following your desires after a breakup that was not your happily ever after. And this person now, it feels like everything's kind of wrapped up for some of you in this relationship. But this person's coming in. I think they believe that this is loving. That whatever they're sharing, some type of information, maybe it would be validating for some of you. Okay, if it's a loving intention, intentions aren't everything. What's the advice around this for the viewer? I think it's up to you, viewer, to decide if you want to even listen to this. If it's wow, oh, there we go. Nice. Queen of Swords, Ace of Pentacles reverse. It looks like the advice is to stay in this Queen of Swords energy. The Queen of Swords usually has her one hand out and the sword in the other up. And the moment she discerns any lies, she cuts them out. It's an internal, like, With Ace of Pentacles, it feels like a lot of you aren't even interested in what this person has to say. That it feels like a lot of you will pass on this opportunity to talk with this person, not interested with what this person has to say. I think you're focusing on what you're manifesting. Yeah. You're focused, Magician, Nine of Pentacles, on creating your independence. And you've got everything that you need. And it feels like this person, even with their intentions being loving, it feels like they think this is helpful in some way, but it feels like you are manifesting your success and you're in the star energy and have people. It's like you're driving in a car and you look where you've driven yourself. Success, public, glow up, celebration, people celebrating you after letting go of something that you were holding so tightly to. So it's like you showed yourself and everyone else. So you're driving along in this car, you're like, success, star, dreams come true, wishes granted, celebration, people, family. And then in the rear view mirror, there's someone who's like, hey, look at this past crappy thing. I've got something I want to unburden myself about. And that's in the rear view. It's so small. And it feels like what's really got your attention is out that front window, not looking back. So with that being said, let's look at the outcome and advice. We've got Three of Swords in reverse, Knight of Wands reverse, Eight of Pentacles reverse. The Eight of Pentacles came up around this relationship in reverse as well. It feels like you're taking swords out of your own heart. Like, I don't need to listen to that. whatever. It feels like you're noticing that you've healed from this past. It just doesn't have the grab and attention. It's what's you're driving towards, what you've created and for yourself: wealth, independence, fertility, abundance, by being able to train your focus on what you want to create, on manifesting consciously. You are finding success. It feels like this is very healing. It doesn't feel like whatever they say, it just doesn't, it's chewed up bubble gum. It doesn't have any flavor. It doesn't, I think for some of you, this is a nice exercise in what's hidden, kind of realizing that this past relationship that you were holding on to so tightly, at one point you felt like that's all you have. And I think for some of you, this exercise of someone coming in telling you something, I think you kind of show yourself 11:11 on the clock. You're showing yourself, I'm not interested. I'm healed. I don't care anymore. It doesn't have any pull. All right. All right, so then the Knight of Wands in reverse. Someone coming in. This feels, with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, this feels like your ex. For some of you, it feels like, for some of you, it might be this hidden person coming in with some truth, maybe an unwanted truth, something you really, you don't need to know everything. For some of you, it feels like that might be delivered or try from your ex, trying to unburden themselves. This person, if it is your ex coming in, it feels like they have a lot of guilt and shame. And it feels like, if it is delivered by your ex, then it feels like they're feeling so much guilt and shame. And they want you to absolve them. And that's not your job. They need to work that stuff out. They need to work through their shame and guilt. What does the viewer need to know in the outcome and advice if this person... Yes, this person, Eight of Swords reverse, Tower. This person is seeing things differently. Whatever, like, rigid mindset, they're letting go of some beliefs and they're able to see something, some truths, some reality. Their reality is collapsing. Their false reality. Feels like you might have had this tower in the past. A tower, the two people, the story of the tower, the two people create a false reality. They build up the walls, both of them, of the tower around them, creating a false reality, a false relationship that's not real. It's not a part of reality. An illusion, a delusion. Feels like you might have had a tower when you had to let go of this relationship, when a very painful ending to kind of make you let go of this relationship. It feels like now, it feels like once you did finally let go, you just, what a glow up. And a realization that this relationship was holding you back, keeping you very small, unhappy. And it feels like your ex is reworking things. Things are falling apart for them. And they're seeing things differently. Still does not seem like this person's willing to put in the work, but they're having realizations. And it feels like this person is burdened by these truths. And it feels like they want to come in. Some of them just to see if they can pull you, if a temperature check to see if you're as unhappy as they are, or if they can still affect you. So for some of you, if this is an ex, do what you want with the information. You should never should, if anyone's shoulding you, you come to your own conclusions. You've got the strength. Look at that. I feel like that is very Queen of Swords energy, just staring down this person. I feel like you've got the confidence, the stability, security. This person, I think this person took advantage of your insecurities and you not being confident in the past, and they're meeting a very different version of you. It doesn't feel like you're weak in the knees or worried. It feels like you can see this person in a way that you've never seen them before. Just with a lot of clarity, without the delusion, without the illusion. They're just whatever their name is. Without all the that was projected onto them for some of you. And without the projection of, I want you're my person, you're my happily ever after, and all this projected, it feels like without that projection, you're seeing who they really are, and they're just Frank. They're just Margaret. They're just Simone, Simon, whoever. And you're like, it feels like your heart, you've done a lot of the healing. And this person coming in is just so you can show yourself, I'm over this. Hope that helps. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great day. Bye.